Okay, so The Flash has had 2 weekends to bomb at the box office, giving hacks of YouTube all the usual videos you expect them to make, repeatedly saying, "The Flash is a box office bomb, it's not going to make its money back, it has no hope." For example, a clown like Ryan Cannell. Sure, he struggles to correctly pronounce the name of his own channel, but that doesn't stop him from giving you hourly doom and gloom updates at the box office, streaming, and all manner of franchise failure. It's just he found an article, so he's going to read it to you and monetize it, while also reading reactions from Twitter. Yeah, this is real journalism, guys, saving any kind of actual explanation for people who can better convey it, such as myself. So here I am explaining to you why The Flash failed. And this video will be short, to the point, and not stretched out over the course of 8+ minutes to get you the ad breaks, or done in various installments to game clicks. Firstly, we have to understand that America is struggling to get back to the movie theater. We just don't have those opportunities, as Gavin Newsom would say. Quick look at this last weekend's receipts, and we see that the domestic box office is not looking good. Your top film, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, $19 million. That is pathetic. But because it's at the top of the list, I guess we aren't going to burn it. No, let's save all the scorn for a movie that made $4 million less dollars. That's the one that we have to repeatedly smoke. The weekend box office is typically dominated by the most recent entry, and we only have one new film. No hard feelings, $15 million opening weekend. That would sound like a lot if this was 1990. So allow me to explain. Americans have gotten accustomed to things being on streaming. We learned during the pandemic we didn't need to go to the theaters, and we still don't. Now, there will be a few exceptions for those that have the right amount of nostalgia to spark curiosity. A lot of Super Mario players weren't even alive when he last had a movie. James Cameron's Avatar sequel waited so long it had Avatar nostalgia. And Tom Cruise is the world's last remaining movie star. For a lot of us, why put up with the headache of overpaying for drinks, popcorn, obnoxious teenagers, when each studio has their own streaming service, giving us a very good idea when and where to expect to see these huge blockbuster hit films in our homes? Teenagers were once a major factor in the box office, and I think that's really getting to be less the case. The Flash, with Michael Keaton as Batman, is catered more towards adults who recall seeing Michael Keaton as their Batman. But teens don't really care about anything other than themselves. Why would they sit down and watch a movie that's not about them? They all are looking to be a TikTok star. Why would they care about somebody else's story? And that right there is why they can't sit still for 2 hours. But to reinforce the Batman issue, we have learned something, haven't we? Spider-Man is the clear face of Marvel, and Batman is the clear face of DC. And people are more than welcome to go see a Batman movie, but it has to be a Batman movie. It can't be Batman in somebody else's movie. No, Superman is not money, and I'm not expecting much out of the recently announced casting of Superman Legacy with Rachel Brosnahan, that bitch who tried to ruin me. All because I didn't like Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. This psychopath, yeah, I have receipts. She ain't gonna be long for this Lois Lane role because James Gunn is not him. Warner Discovery wanted to replicate what the MCU was doing. Lighthearted fare that has gone stale is not going to be the best way to take the DC universe. You wouldn't know it by the marketing, but The Flash actually benefited from being a standalone film, even including a meta origin for the titular hero. But we have gotten so accustomed to these universe franchises weaving in plot details from previous films, people who were not keeping up were alienated, leaving those who watch the YouTube spam channels, who know full well that the DCEU is being abandoned, to be like, okay, well, why should I care? I'm not spending my time and money on a lame duck franchise. And chalk this attitude up to Disney, and I'm still trying to figure out if this is a shrewd business move or not, but they committed the cardinal sin of sharing their board meeting with the public, announcing a full slate of films to last you until you're 50, so that what is being immediately released can be sold to the public as a worthwhile investment of their time and money, because look, it's not being abandoned. Our timeline is canon. the rest of you studios can try to keep up. Now, I do think that this has long-term harm on the industry, but it may never be fully realized because the dinosaur that is the theater will probably be gone for other reasons, with ambitious franchise projections being only a contributing factor. For quite a while, I thought Warner Brothers had the right idea, keeping things isolated, easier to understand. But with the DCEU and its ill-fated branding, those informed viewers probably sought something similar to MCU's intricate woven story, which, not being my cup of tea, we still have to consider the results, which built a brand with a cult-like status. So consider all this before you feed the trolls. We know what kind of videos they already have in the can for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and you shouldn't be valuing the opinion of anybody who you can predict that easily. Oh wait, actually there is no opinion by RK Outpost because he doesn't do any reviews. See, it's easier to game the YouTube algorithm by reacting to casting rumors than it is to, wait for the dust to settle, review a movie, and move on to the next subject. What's stopping AI from replacing this tool?
If you appreciate a YouTube channel that doesn't just pad out content to get to the 8-minute mark so that it can hammer you with ad breaks, then you should subscribe to my son's channel. You just got done watching it.